Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. In this lecture, we are going to discuss that how we can create a program in ASP.NET MVC in which a user can check a available username which is present in a database, and this the process through which we are going to make this project will be dependent upon ASP.NET MVC and by using a client-side language which will be AJAX and JQuery. Okay, so let's start. First of all, I'm going to create a new database, and I'm giving a name, create database, and the name will be uh, TBL records. Okay, after that, just use this TBL record and just paste it here. And after that, I'm going to create a new table. I'm giving the same name as I have given the database. Okay, I'm just giving three fields. The first will be std integer primary key. Second will be name, so std name and varchar 50 not null. After that, I am giving std email and function shift end, copy and paste. Okay, as I have created a new table and I'm inserting some record from here because I am just performing the code for just fetching the record and just checking the availability of a specific username that is already present in a specific database or a table. Okay, so the insert into TBL records values. The first will be the username, as I have given ID auto incremented Abdul Basit, and password and email will be b@gmail.com. After that, I'm giving another record. Just copy it and paste it here. And now I'm giving name Raza and I'm giving email r@gmail.com and name will be Raza. Okay, and just execute it. I am giving only two records right now. After that, I will give another record later. First of all, now we are going to create a new project in Visual Studio 19. You can use any version of Visual Studio, but make sure that it will be between Visual Studio 19 or 13. Okay, so the ratio between 13 or 19, or you can also use Visual Studio to run 22. Now just click on the create a new project. After that, filter your project requirement, as we are working on C# programming, and the version will be for Windows, and from there we will select web. After that, just we will create a new project in ASP.NET web application, and now you can just click on next. After that, I'm going to write the name, user name availability, and just click it over here. Okay, now just click on MVC and click on create button. Now as you can see that our project has been created. Now just go to the main controller, which will be home controller. I'm not going to create a new controller. I'm just working on the same controller, which will be home controller. After this, just go to the index function, and I'm going to make a new cont function, and I'm going to return the whole record over there. I'm using JSON for returning my records so that it will be easy for me to just work on the index view, and after that I'm going to use AJAX and jQuery code for retrieving my further requirements. Okay, so just click, and now I'm going to create a new action result, sorry, JSON result. JSON result will be for returning the record in JSON form. Just remember that there are two methods for retrieving data. The one is using an XML form, and the other one is for by using JSON form. Okay, just click on JSON result, and after that I am using the name check user name availability. Okay, after that, sorry, the spelling of available is not correct. Okay, after that I'm going to use, I use a parameter and I'm giving it name string type, and the name will be user data, for example, and I am just creating a body. For that I'm not returning the code right now. I will just do it later on. Now first of all, as okay, just do remember the code I am writing right now is for the process, the process or the time for retrieving the data, that it will be the checking time, which will check that whether the name is, or whether the particular name is present in the database or not. I'm just giving, and for that we are using system dot threading dot thread, and after that just give the particular time you want to take, that it will take, and just do remember that it will take the time in a milliseconds. I am giving it 200 milliseconds. Okay, and you can use it any time for that. After that I'm creating a variable which will be named as search data, or for example, or you can give any kind. Now I am using the specific name, and after for that, oh, I forgot to create the database. Now I'm going to first create the database. Sorry, I forgot to connect the database. So first I'm going to connect, and after that I'm going to work further on. So just click on models, press Control Shift A, and just after that click on data, and after that you click on ADO.NET and just click it on. After that click on AEF designer and just click on next, and then now you can click on next new connection. After that copy the server name from your SQL server, copy it from there, copy it and paste it in your Visual Studio server name. After that just choose whatever you have placed in authentication. It will be either SQL Server authentication or it will be Windows authentication, and just search the name of your database. My database name is TPL records, and just click on, and just click it on text connection, so that it will be I will be sure that there is no error in connecting my database. After that just click on OK, and just wait for searching. Now you can look that there is a the table record is connected. After that click on next, select the EF designer, sorry, entity framework 6.x, so that you will be able to connect the latest version of the entity framework. After that just wait for a while, while it is retrieving the table record. Now you can see that there is a table record is present. Now just click on the finished button and just wait for a while. Now just click on OK. Again click OK. Don't check on don't return the message again, because it is now building the project, and it uh, may create a conflict between the anomalies, and so it is better to not check it on. Okay, so now you can see the table has been connected, and just press Ctrl Shift B so that the project will be built. Now it is as it is showing an error because I have not completed my home controller code, that's why it is showing an error. Just go in the connection strings tab, which is present in web.config. Now copy that connection string from here, and you can see the connection strings are present here. Just copy it and just paste it over there, and just create a new object. Yeah, I am going to create it globally so that I can use it anywhere, wherever I just want to access it. I'm just creating a database. I am just creating the connection strings over there, and I'm now creating the object for that. Okay, just press control dot for accessing the model, uh, that specific folder. And now I'm just going to work it on. Now after that I'm going to retrieve my table name, which will be accessed through db dot. And now you can see that I will be able to access my tbl record table. Okay, after that I'm just going to click on a dot, and I am going to fetch my specific name which I want to first search. Okay, so it will be searched through the where clause, and after that I am just going to use a link query, so that it will be I will be able to retrieve my record. As I have told you before that I am going to search through name. So I am going to write x tends to x dot, and now you can see that there is a student name is present. And after that just use is equals to and match it on through your users data parameter, and which will be user data will be the username which will be presented through the user at the runtime level. Okay, just click on dot and just click over here and just use single or default. Okay, now just check place the constructor, and after that just use terminator over there. After that I'm going to use a if else condition, that if such data is not equals to null, so it will return the result JSON as a one parameter, or if there will be no record there, so it will return JSON result 0. Okay, so both will be working. And now I'm going to use just you can see it over here. If double tap such data is not equals to 0, sorry, is not equals to null, so it will return JSON, and the parameter will be used 1 over there. And if it is not, it will be used in else. And after that I am going to return, and JSON will be now 0. Okay, and just press use the terminator over there. Okay, after that I'm going to use the view function, so that I'm going to further code in the view page. Okay, so now I'm going to click on index function, right click, and click on the view. Just directly I'm going to click on go to view, and I'm going over there. I will remove the existing code and just do it by myself. Now I'm going to create a specific container, div class and container. After that I'm going to use a specific div class, sorry, class, and I'm going to use form group, or you can use any kind of bootstrap class if you want. I'm going to use form group for that. And after that just click and create a new div class row, and just use it here. Now I'm going to use a specific label for that will be label, and I'm going to use it over here, a class label class, and then I'm going to give control label, and I'm going to use call sm2. Okay, and after that just use a for attribute for that, and I'm going to use user over there. Okay, and just close the specific label tag, and just you name it here username, and just use a colon over there. And after that just close a specific, I'm going to use a further. Okay, now just create a new div over there, div class, and just use call sm, and it will be I'm giving it 10. Okay, after that I'm going to use an input field over there, so that user can place an input class, and I'm going to use form control, and type will be text. Okay, and id I'm going to use a specific id for that, and I'm going to give you a user name for that. Okay, and I'm just clicking it over there, name, I'm using name, and I am also using the same name username for that, and using it placeholder, and I'm using it as a enter username over there. Okay, and after that I'm using an on change function for that, so that just like an on click function which I have used in a JavaScript. Now I'm going to use on change because it will generate a specific user function, and I'm going to give a user name function for that, and it will be user check for that. Okay, and just close the specific username input type. And just do remember that I have used a user check function. For that I am going to create a new function in a script code for that. Okay, after that just as I have closed. Now just after closing the specific div, now after completing a particular row I am going to create a new row for that. I am again giving it raw div class raw, and just open it and close it. After that give a specific label class, and I'm using call sm2. Okay, and I just close the specific label tag, and after that just click just create a new div class, and name it call sm. I'm using call sm10 for that. Okay, and after that I'm just using a new paragraph, and I'm creating a new paragraph and giving a specific id for that, and it will be status, or you can use any kind of status over there. Okay, just close the div, both at the div over there, and now just create a new div after just closing both the div. Now I'm creating a new div, and then I'm using it as a raw name, and I'm closing it over there. After that just use label, again label class. I'm going to copy it from my above code. Okay, so I'm using that specific code. Okay, and after that just name it pwd, or you can use any kind of word for that, and just name it password. Okay, and just use further code. Now I'm going to create a new class. It will be same as I have used in above code, and I'm using just a new id for that, and the id will be password, and my name will be password again, and it will be user password. I'm not changing my function for user check as I have given on my above code. It will be same for both. Now after just completing the whole div, just go on and just create a new script tag where I am going to use my further code. I am going to use is AJAX over there. Okay, now I am going to create a new function, and I'm using the same name as I have given above. Just copy it and paste it over here, and just create a new function. After that just use a specific id just I have given above, hash, and status will be the same id which I have used, and there. And now I'm going to use an HTML attribute, and it will print whether while it was searching for the username, it will print checking on the front end. Okay, after that just go on the next line, and use the post method which will be placed over here. As I have used a post method, so it will it will fetch the record from a specific URL, and the URL will be used from the you will use URL dot action from here, and now just use the same URL as we have used as I have given over here. Just copy it and go on again, and just create a new constructor. Okay, and just create a new constructor in between inverted commas, and just place it over here along with inverted commas. Okay, now just paste the specific username as I have given over here. Okay, and after that we are going to create, and we are going to use a specific name for that. Okay, and after the user URL just place a comma, and again use inverted commas, and write the function name, controller name over here, and it will be user name. And after that, clicking, and just after that, just use a comma so that it will be it will be separated. Okay, I will check it later on. Now I'm going forward for creating a new body, and now I'm going to use another code for that. And if this condition will run according, so use the same name as I have given in a controller, which was user data, use colon, and after that just use the ID which I have given above, and the ID was user name. Okay, so I'm going to use specific name which I have given above. I'm just copying it from above code and just pasting it over here, just removing it from here and just placing the hash before the username. After that, I'm going to use the particular keyword which is used, which is named as value, and just use constructor without any terminator, and just place the comma at the end of this bracket, specific bracket. Now create a new function, and I'm going to name it function, and after that I'm going to use data. I'm going to use a parameter for that. After that, just create a body for if condition if data is equals to 0. Okay, so if the data is equals to 0, so the condition will be, as I have given this condition, this particular condition in the JSON result, that if it is 0 and if it is 1, so what it will return. So I'm going to use it over here. Now I'm going to create a new variable dollar, and I'm going to use it by giving a specific ID, hash status, and after that I'm going to use HTML. And what will be the specific return statement, I am going to provide it over here. Now I'm going to use a font tag, and I'm going to use a font color is equals to, and I'm going to use green color for that. And after that I'm going to close this specific tag, and I'm going to write it over here. I'm just going first, I'm ending the tag, and after that I am going to write let's suppose available, and after that I'm writing you can take it. Okay, and after that I'm going to use a terminator so that the tag will be ended now. And there will be a border across the whole tag. And how I can create it, I'm going to use it over here, just using the specific ID, use it with what that was username, and I'm going to use a specific CSS attribute over here, and I'm going to use border color for that, and just place it by using a color over here, and just use the terminator to end for end. Okay, after that we are going to write the code for else statement. For using else statement, I'm going to use again the same condition which I have given, which I have used above. Just copy it and paste it over here, and after that I'm going to use further red color for that, and I'm writing over here that name is taken, or you can use already try taken, and I'm going to write try another one. Okay, after that just close this tag, and just click it on again, and you create a new border for that. Okay, just paste it and color it red so that it will match with the text color, and just close all the tags. Now you can set it along. Now the first bracket will be curly bracket, after that it will use a curly bracket again, and I'm going to use a round bracket for that, and I'm going to place a terminator so that my code will be completely executed. Okay, now I'm going to check that what I have done mistake over here. Now you can see that I have not placed at the rate in the starting, as it is not it was giving me an error for that. Now press Ctrl Shift B, to check that whether it is there is any error or not. Okay, and just remove this bracket also, so that this error will also be, this warning will also be excluded. After that, just build the project. Okay, now just build the project as I have built, and now I'm going to run the project. Now just place any name. I'm going to write name Saad and just press the tab. Now you can see that first it was displaying a checking keyword, and after that you can see that there's available, as I have used two names over there. First was Abdul Basir and second was Raza. Now I'm going to change the name, and you can see that it is not sending the request on server, as it is just checking using the with the help of jQuery and AJAX. Okay, now I'm going to write Hamza and just press the tab. It is also available. Now I'm going to write Abdul Basit as I have given in my database, and now you can see that it has covered the whole border with the red, and now it is displaying that the name is taken. Try another. So we have done the complete project with the complete code, and I'm just going to review it. That the basic concept for making this project, the making this video, is that we can learn that how we can create a specific code to check that whether the name is present in the database and just not sending the whole request again and again to the server. So we have used the technology AJAX and jQuery so that the whole code is dependent upon the client side. It is not sending the request on server. Okay, so it is enough for today. Now I'm going to return very soon with a new project which will be based on ASP.NET MVC, and we are going to create a new complete project which will be based on any kind of topic, which will I will discuss and I will return it later on. Okay, so just take care. Allah Hafiz.